I am back for that second box opening that we talked about. If for some reason you have arrived upon this video first, I did do an unboxing right before this for Planet Beer Wagon. So if you'd like to check that out, just check the previous video before this one. The one I'll be opening today, the one that unfortunately lost in the coin toss and had to go second, which not bad though. I mean, I get to open it right away, but you guys, the subscribers, had to wait a couple extra days, unfortunately. Sorry about that. The person we're going to be talking about today is my buddy Owenneil. Sent me a box. You guys might recognize this box. It is the one I sent him. He was kind enough to fill it full of cool stuff and send it back to me. We decided to do a box of fun stuff exchange. Pretty cool. I'm very excited. It's not very often you get to unbox, a cool box of things. It kind of makes your day, and today was one of those days where I needed it. It was just a boring kind of blah day, and then I got this box. So let's crack into this bad boy from Owenneil and see what we got. This is a pretty big box considering I only know one thing that's in here. And the thing I know about is very tiny compared to the size of this box. There could be literally anything in there. It's like that movie 7. What's in the box? Alright. Okay. I think I am ready to dissect here. Hopefully, maybe not. There we go. Alrighty. Okay. We've got a note right here on top. It says, I hope the games work. Had no way to test them. Owen. So, real short and sweet and to the point. I love it. I'm sure they'll be fine. We had talked about some retro style games, and I'm sorry, but those games are tough. It's really hard to keep those games down. They're like a good man. You can't keep a good man down. Alrighty. This is a piece of cardboard, and I think that's a piece of cardboard I sent him from Mine Jones Soda. Let's see what here. What? Cool. This is like a homemade comic done by Jacob Martin. That's what it says right there, by Jacob Martin. You guys might know him as Jake from Jake and Owen. So that is epic, and it's called Dad. I believe it's number 6 Dad, issue number 1. Is that right? Or Dad number 6, issue number 1. It's a first edition. That is really, really cool. I am really excited to read this. This looks pretty cool. That is awesome. Next we have a very vintage cracked magazine where it says, The Dukes Run Into Chips. That is awesome. I love nostalgic stuff like this. I know it's kind of corny, but I always enjoy, just flipping through things like this. I wish so dearly that I still had the ones when I was a kid of Mad and Cracked, just because, in a weird way, they meant a lot to me, even though I don't have them anymore. Okay, now I'm going to start getting into the next layer, and there's a whole layer of some crazy stuff in here. We've got, right off the bat, I believe, even though he's kind of desperately holding on to a piece of styrofoam, we've got a transformer. I am so bad at putting transformers together. Is that bad to say that? But that is really cool. I'll have to let you guys look at that there. Man, that dude's got some epically big arms. Look at that. That is sweet. You think I can put this guy together? We'll see. I think my old transforming skills are coming back to me. Oh, that's not bad at all. Yeah, there you go. It's like a little armored mobile. Very, very cool. Yeah, so we got a transformer there. And we've also got a little, like a Western guy, a frontiersman or a cowboy or something like that. And we've got a Native American or Indian, if you will, riding a horse. Possibly working together, maybe fight against each other. The next thing I've got here is a t-shirt, Are you kidding me? A t-shirt? I love t-shirts. I mean, I even wore this shirt because I knew he was a fan of this. This is actually at the beginning of the video. Hopefully you guys will see that, you know, in the previous video, but if you didn't, definitely check this out. This is a mixture of Adventure Time with Jake and Finn, and then also The Legend of Zelda, you know, the old Nintendo game with Link, and I knew that Owen was a big fan. So I was just like, man, I've got to wear this shirt. So that's the reason why I picked this shirt to wear. I forgot to mention that because I'd mentioned it in the previous video. I'm doing this all at once, so I had to throw that in there again because I knew that he would love this. But let's see what the shirt is that I actually got here. It says, I hope you guys can see this. It's got Stewie on there, and it says, "Spank me, I've been a bad boy." That's hilarious. That is so awesome. Thanks, man. And I have a feeling that the first person that's going to wear this is my girlfriend. She's a big Family Guy fan, and she will love that. That is so cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I don't think I have any Family Guy, you know, like stuff like that. So that's awesome. Let's see what else we got here. We've got a... looks like a sticker, maybe a sticker? I think it's a sticker card. Huh, cool. It looks to be, you know, like a, I don't know if it's like a skateboarder or something like that, but it's got all this like colored stuff on it. It's kind of like, it reminds you of like the old hologram stuff where they put all that stuff in the background. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that's a sticker, but it says on the back that it was printed on Kodak paper. That's kind of crazy. Let's see what we, oh, wow. You think maybe this might be a lunch pack from NASA? Kind of reminds me of those. Just kidding. I'm sure it's a movie or a game. Oh, sweet. Really, really sweet. This is David Cross, Let America Laugh. David Cross is one of my favorite comedians. And to tell you the truth, I used to own this. It was part of a big purge of stuff that I lost that I wish I didn't lose. I love this documentary. I've probably seen it like close to 10 times. I know that's really sad to me. Makes me sound like a weirdo. But as much as I like his stand-up stuff, this is actually a behind the scenes of his stand-up. It's kind of like him on tour, showing all the different things that he runs into in all the cities and all the weird people. And he's just got a very unique sense of humor. I always really liked Mr. Show in like the mid to late 90s, and so that's how I kind of got into his stand-up. I've always thought he was really funny. In a weird way, kind of underrated, because as famous as he is, a lot of people don't pay attention to like his stand-up. So that's really cool. I hate that you had to part with this, but I'm really glad that I got it. Maybe you're not into David Cross, I don't know, but I think it's hilarious. That was really cool. I'm very surprised that you picked that DVD, because I don't know if you knew how big a fan I was of David Cross, but that's really cool that you did. Maybe you used your special powers to read my mind. I'm not for sure. Oh, wow. The next thing I grabbed here, two different things, oops, and some styrofoam, is some Gary Larson. I love Gary Larson's The Far Side. I actually have several of his books. I don't have these two. I've got a lot of the the smaller ones that are like half this tall, but they're about the same width. And I've got the one, it's like Night of the Living Crash Test Dummies, and I can't remember the other one's name. I've always been a big fan of his artwork and his sense of humor. To me, it's really, really funny. That is really cool. I got Wiener Dog Art and Cows of Our Planet. That's just really cool. I really feel like, in a weird way, you've kind of started to figure me out or something, because not a lot of people know how big of a Far Side fan I am. My girlfriend and I were actually just talking about that like a week or two ago, and I had mentioned that I was kind of bummed when he retired, because for like a year or two, my local paper would show things and they would say, this is from the archives of Gary Larson, you know, and stuff like that. But then they quit even showing, you know, old ones. So that was kind of a bum deal that, you know, he wasn't in the paper anymore, because he was probably the one thing I looked forward to the most. Okay, the next thing I'm opening here appears to be a Blu-ray. Oh yeah, Stallone's First Blood on Blu-ray. That is so cool. I don't have this. Actually, I've been thinking about getting the Rambo movies on Blu-ray just because I hadn't seen them in a long time, and I always liked them when I was a kid. When I was really young, Rambo was a big deal, not necessarily First Blood. You know, of course, a lot of people, you know, consider this underrated film because the notoriety went with Rambo, and then, you know, the following movies that came up after that. But I always really liked First Blood because, you know, it's kind of scaled back, which is, in a weird way, it's kind of I don't know. It seems like it's more memorable because it kind of seems like, you know, there's more message behind it. It's not just like a big, you know, action movie. So that's really cool. Thanks so much. I don't have this on Blu-ray, so I'll definitely be appreciating that. The next thing I got here is a stack of stuff. This might be the games he was referring to, which is totally cool with me because if it is, I know what kind they are. Yeah, awesome. Oh, wow. Got some NES, got Q*bert, Blades of Steel, and Tecmo Bowl. Believe it or not, Q*bert has been on my wish list for a while because I really like the old Q*bert. I don't know how well it translated over to the NES. I don't think I've ever played the NES version, but I always liked the arcade version. Blades of Steel, this is probably what got the whole discussion of the Boxo stuff going. Owen and I had decided that we were going to do the exchange after I'd mentioned, I don't remember what game it is, but we were talking about it in Zara Nizarak's Stick'em chat room. And I was saying, isn't there something on one of the Nintendo that's like the, you know, sort of like the halftime, but it's, you know, like in between the second, third period of hockey. They had this thing that this game that you could play on up on the scoreboard. Owen immediately knew what I was talking about, and he said, that's Blades of Steel. And I said, oh yeah, that's right. I hadn't played this since the late 80s. I would say it was probably like around 1989 when I played this. And this is probably from around 1987 or so. But Blades of Steel is a cool hockey game. Hockey games got really popular on Nintendo back then. There were several of them. Tecmo Bowl was always a really, really popular game with my friends and I. Probably one of the funnest football games that ever came out on NES. I know that there's a ton of sports titles on those old consoles, and Tecmo Bowl is probably one of the few that's really, really popular. So that was very cool of you. I don't know how you do all that, but you figured it out to get me those things, so that's cool. Let's see what else we got in here. We got a little Mickey Mouse guy. This looks like it's a wind-up car, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe just one that rolls. That's awesome. Yeah, it rolls pretty well. That's Mickey Mouse and a little bitty car. That is super tiny. Let's see what else we got in here. There's lots of styrofoam in here and lots of things that are falling to the bottom. Oh, and then we've got Fraggle Rock, and I remember when they gave these away. I think these came from McDonald's. I'm not for sure. But yeah, it's Fraggle Rock. I can't remember the squirrel's name. I think maybe it's Mookie, I believe. It's been a while since I've watched my Fraggle Rock, but I need to. But I do believe that this was a Happy Meal giveaway. And yeah, Fraggle Rock was a big thing when I was a kid. It was probably the first thing I ever remember coming on HBO. It was like an HBO exclusive series that really got me excited, because when I was a kid, we had HBO when I was really small, and they promoted Fraggle Rock for like 3 months before it released, and it was a big deal. I mean, like, people were going bananas. See what else we got here. Got a little motorcycle, like a little, looks like a little dirt bike rider. Yeah, and he can do tricks. Look at that. Awesome. But yeah, he can. So you can like jump him off a ramp. He can get some air. That's awesome. Maybe even do a handstand, or just do a kick out like that. That's something really crazy. That's pretty cool. I remember getting things like this when I was a kid too. I don't know how vintage that is, but that might be something from when I was a kid. Although I think a lot of that stuff, you know, they make them over and over again. And the next one is a basketball game. That is pretty cool. I will have to try to put some batteries in this thing and see if it works. Oh, it actually came on. It's actually got batteries in it right now. I don't know if oh, it's got sound too. That is awesome. So cool. Yeah, I didn't expect this thing to work. You know how a lot of these, especially if they're older, you just pull the batteries out or the batteries are dead. This one actually works. So that's very cool. I'll have to try to spend some time playing that. That was awesome. Thanks so much, Owen. I had a lot of fun opening this. To tell you the truth, I am really excited to watch this DVD because I haven't seen it in a while, and I know that's corny because I just said it. I'd seen that thing like 10 times, but that was really awesome of you. For you guys who haven't checked out Owenneil, you need to go check him out, especially if you love nostalgic stuff, if you're fans of a lot of the things that I do on here, but he does video games, he does comic books, he does action figures, he does around the town stuff. Him and his buddy Jake have their own channel too, so definitely go check out Owenneil, check out Jake and Owen, and yeah, and I hope you guys have a good one. I couldn't be happier. I had a really great day because of this, and a lot of it has to do with you, Owen, so thanks a lot, man. You're awesome. So I hope you guys have a good one, and take care. See you later.